ẹni tí bẹ́ẹ̀ lé ẹ̀sọ́ fáwọn ọ̀rọ̀ òkú pé ó tó gẹ́ àsìkò ti tó tá a fẹ́ ṣe ìjọba ara wa tá a sì fẹ́ dádúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè Oòduà a fẹ́ kúrò lábẹ́ ìjọba tí múni sẹ́rú káàsà ìgbáyé gbádùn wa ò mọ̀ jáwé èèyàn yìí lógún mọ́ ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n ń dẹ́mi wa légbodò ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ọmọ tí ò bá wúlò fún ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn òbí wọn ni wọ́n ti rán lọ sọ́run òjijì ẹ wò ó bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá fi dúkìá wa ṣòfò ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ tá a láǹfààní sí òní wọ́n fi ń dùn wá táwa máa bá lọ báyìí ni irọ́ ni ó àní gbà torí bí bá ń lọ báyìí ẹ jẹ́ àyà mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ ọ̀la wa àtàwọn ọmọ wa wà nú ewu o ọ̀rọ̀ tó sì wà nílẹ̀ yìí gbogbo wa lọ́kàn ṣé Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n ní mi ò ní wá kú kì í róye lé bàbá rẹ̀ jẹ ẹ tí ó sì jóyin inú àpáta kò ní wẹnu àké gbogbo wa pátápátá nílẹ̀ káàró jíire lọ̀rọ̀ ikọ̀ o ìdálẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún ìdí ẹ̀rẹ́ táwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ajìjàngbara lágbàáyé fún ìdásílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀ka ti orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà àtàgbègbè ẹ̀ lábẹ́ àkóso àti ìdarí emeritus and professor Banji Akintoye leader of Yoruba land and ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà worldwide àtàwọn ikọ̀ wọn tí wọ́n fi ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ìwọ́de ńlá ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta 3 days marathon mega rally in Washington DC lórílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà èyí tí yóò wáyé ní ọgbọ̀njọ́ oṣù kẹsàn-án títí di ọjọ́ kejì oṣù kẹwàá ọdún yìí 38 September to 2nd October 2021 bí àwọn àlàkalẹ̀ ìwọ́de wọn ṣe lọ nìyẹn o. Thursday ọgbọ̀njọ́ oṣù kẹsàn-án September 38 British Embassy 3100 Massachusetts Avenue Washington DC aago mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ sí méjì ọ̀sán bàbá ti kúrò ńbẹ̀ lábalẹ̀ sílé funfun báláú White House 70 SC New York Avenue Washington DC bọ́bá wa dọjọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kẹ̀ní oṣù kẹwàá láwùgbéra láti White House sí Capitol Hill Senate aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ sí mẹ́ta ọ̀sán ọjọ́ Saturday ọjọ́ kejì White House náà láwọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ táwọn sì parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ títí di ọwọ́ alẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń gbọ́ kéde yìí ní ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa o torọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa ni gbogbo wa ló sì kàn gbogbo yín là ń retí o ẹ má gbàgbé o bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń bọ̀ aṣọ dúdú ni ẹ wọ̀ o láti fi ẹ̀hónú wa hàn pé òmìnira ni Oòduà la fẹ́ Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa alága Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally Tajudeen O Adéjàmíù akọ̀wé Alhaji Nunu Banjo Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally Washington DC chapter coordinator tàbí ààrẹ almaru ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ Aláàfin Òjó pàṣẹ Kàrẹ́mọ́dé ọmọ Àtìbà tó jẹ́ regional coordinator for Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ tàbí ìrànwọ́ owó tàbí ṣíṣe onígbàwọ́ ẹ pè àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí +1 215 869 2966 tàbí +1 803 846 1116 tàbí +1 202 255 6079 ẹ sì lè kàn sí wa lórí wẹ́bsáìtì wa www.megarally.org ẹ má gbàgbé o 3-day marathon mega rally eléyìí tí ó máa wáyé ní Washington DC September 38 to October 2nd 2021 ètò ìpolongo yìí máa ṣeré bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í ṣàwàdà torí ó lọ́wọ́ àwọn nínà àti gbogbo ẹ̀yà Ìgbò tó fi máa ẹ̀yà Ìjọ́ kódà àwọn middle belt gan gbẹ̀yìn Niger Delta gan fọwọ́ sí tó fi máa gbogbo àwọn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ìjàngbara àti ìdálẹ̀ Yorùbá ìyẹn all self-determination group and media in diaspora ètò ìpolongo yìí ṣeré o torí pé bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye àwọn náà máa wà níkàlẹ̀ níbi ìpolongo lọ́jọ́ yìí o tó fi máa gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá má dẹkùn lásìbí ìwọ́de yìí o ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí gbogbo wa ni ẹ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation la fẹ́ o.
Fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá ní tilé toko àti lẹ́yìn odi pàápàá jùlọ fún àwọn tí ó ń gbé ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ìyíde gbogbogbò ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yóò wáyé ní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 ní gbọ̀ngàn Trafalgar ní ìlú London. Ẹ wá láti gúúsù àríwá ìlà oòrùn ìwọ̀ oòrùn ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbé lárugẹ kékulé kó gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko oòdùà á gbè wá o olùkéde media presenters. kéré o kéré o kéré o ìkéde pàtàkì fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá ní tilé toko àti lẹ́yìn odi pàápàá jùlọ fún àwọn tí ó ń gbé ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Ìyíde gbogbogbò ti orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yóò wáyé ní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 ní gbọ̀ngàn Trafalgar ní ìlú London. Ẹ wá láti gúúsù àríwá ìlà oòrùn ìwọ̀ oòrùn ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbé lárugẹ kékulé kó gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko oòdùà á gbè wá o olùkéde media presenters.
Ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o àsìkò ti tó tíyà torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà fi ń jẹ́wọ́ kọjá lọ sódò rèé mú mi èwo ni tọ́mọ ẹlẹ́ran wá ń fojoojúmọ́ sanyín mẹ́ẹ̀gùn tọ́mọ aláṣọwọ́ wá ń sàkísà dáàyò ǹjẹ́ ó wá dáa kọ́mọ aládé wo dẹrú níbi àti gbé bí ni ó tó gẹ́ alùbàtà kò kí ń dárin èrèdí rẹ̀ rèé tẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island fi ń pe gbogbo ènìyàn síbi Yorùbá Nation Island Mega Rally èyí tí ó wáyé ní General Post Office O'Connell Street Dublin Republic of Ireland lọ́jọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 1st of October 2021 ní dédé aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ 11 a.m. prompt gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nínú Ireland pátálà pé ó láti túyáyá jáde fómìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá torí àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà àjèjì ọwọ́ kan sì gbẹ́rù dórí fún àlàyé àti ìbéèrè ẹ lè pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ọmọọba Wúràọlá 08998962273 tàbí ọmọọba Níyì Oyèwọlé 08996716117 ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Ireland ló ń ké tọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ pé àsìkò ti tó wàyí o láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn àti pòmìnira ohun ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni. Ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o àsìkò ti tó tíyà torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà fi ń jẹ́wọ́ kọjá lọ sódò rèé mú mi èwo ni tọ́mọ ẹlẹ́ran wá ń fojoojúmọ́ sanyín mẹ́ẹ̀gùn tọ́mọ aláṣọwọ́ wá ń sàkísà dáàyò ǹjẹ́ ó wá dáa kọ́mọ aládé wo dẹrú níbi àti gbé bí ni ó tó gẹ́ alùbàtà kò kí ń dárin èrèdí rẹ̀ rèé tẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Ireland fi ń pe gbogbo ènìyàn síbi Yorùbá Nation Island Mega Rally èyí tí ó wáyé ní General Post Office O'Connell Street Dublin Republic of Ireland lọ́jọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 1st of October 2021 ní dédé aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ 11 a.m. prompt gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nínú Ireland pátálà pé ó láti túyáyá jáde fómìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá torí àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà àjèjì ọwọ́ kan sì gbẹ́rù dórí fún àlàyé àti ìbéèrè ẹ lè pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ọmọọba Wúràọlá 08998962273 tàbí ọmọọba Níyì Oyèwọlé 08996716117 ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Ireland ló ń ké tọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ pé àsìkò ti tó wàyí o láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn àti pòmìnira ohun ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni.
Monday.com Work Docs is a new kind of doc. You don't just write with it, you create entire workflows with it.
With everything, the crisis that is going on, to call for an election now, Yoruba will be able to take the race. No way. I will bet my last words. No way. I don't think so. Because the other time that we're asking somebody, showing who was asking who is the Labour leader. Somebody that they showed some pictures, somebody said, I think it's a shadow or something. And I was like, well. But some people, say that it's because of the COVID restrictions and stuff like that. When he was elected to come into office as the opposition leader. There wasn't that fanfare that we normally see. There's conference and everything like that, and then people, it wasn't anything of the sort. So maybe that's why it's not that favorable. But we hope that some of his policies, but with the inner wrangling that is going on, I don't think they're going far. Government takes over running on Southeastern. The government says it will consider options for some action, including financial penalties. Now, in a very sad story, Kelly has been found guilty in sex trafficking trial after decades of allegations. The singer is convicted of running a scheme to abuse women and children, and that none of us will stand for. I mean, I applaud him for the music that he did. I mean, he came out composed. I mean, flawless. That I will give to him. But those actions, my goodness, well, okay, I rest my case there. But what do you think about the stories that's making around? So you'll be able to share your take during the course of the program. But feel free. North Korea fires missile, says South. I claim as North Korea's ambassador to the UN said, no one will deny its right to test weapons. So they are testing. Now, President Biden rolls up sleeve for corporate booster. Well, the Senate booster job. Are you going to take a booster? I've been taking the real one before the booster. Alright. Those of you are taking it. Those of us who are taking it, yes, good on to us. Maybe the booster will think about it. Never release Lennon. Recording up for auction. Okay, that's some of the stories. Those of you in the musical world making the rounds there. Moving on straight to some of these stories making the rounds in Africa. Again, Georgia bars members from next election. Now, coup leaders announced a transitional council to include a civilian prime minister and cabinet with at least 30% women. We'll bring you more on that front. I think it's a good call. The way he's going about things is one that none of you should dare think that they want to be part or you're going to be standing for election, maybe using their position now to maybe find their way or wrestle their way to power that way. So when the military person can now metamorphose to a civilian, that's what they're trying to say in a nutshell. But we'll be looking into that as well. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And from Nigeria as well. Lagos CP directs plans to beef up security. Why? We will tell you more because we know that the 4th of October is the Independence Day, and there's going to be lots of demonstration there. The Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Akim Odunosu, has directed all field commanders and other tactical commanders to beef up security in their areas during this Ember months period and even beyond. What are they scared of? Okay, Africans are calling God of Israel to deliver them while the real Israelites are building nuclear weapons to fight their battle. Olayomi, good morning to you once again. And then Brent Group has $80 on rising demand. There's a title of oil price gained on Monday for a fifth. Oil price gained on Monday for a fifth straight day with Brent at its highest since October 2018 and heading for 80 as investors fretted about tighter supplies because of rising demand in parts of the world. This and a lot more going to be coming your way. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The entire residents expect soldiers who killed their relatives sanctioned. Would they be? That is a question that people are asking. The government to acquire a bigger presidential jet. Eugene is presidential spokesperson, has said. So you ask yourself the question, our leaders, what planet do they live on? Do they actually care about us? When they make all those promises, saying that we're going to make sure that the public purse is cut. I mean, we regard it. But what do we see? Well, it's a lot more we'll be looking at in a moment. But wherever you are, stay tuned. Don't you go away. Enjoy this reggae tune. We should be having some live because you're joining us any moment from now.
Say
it hits the ground, everything changes.
I tell you what, the music is something when it hits you, it will pay. And music is also universal language. It has no respect for voice. It has no respect for the sound. It has no respect for whatever tribe or dialect you are speaking. I think, and interestingly, a lot of South African people, Zulu and Zulu, we don't understand them. But
We are doing that. Whatever they are saying, whether they are insulting you.
law of universal language applies. So if you think you are out there and you want to sing but you don't have a voice, it's because you're trying to sing gospel, which is not your main business. If you're going to sing gospel, sing David. For that one, the trust and the rhythm, that's the job.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, and good morning to our listeners and good morning to our viewers. Wherever they are, welcome them to yet another edition of Starr Radio Morning Show.
Yes. Welcome. Let's go to Mr. NIGERIAN in our North London studios. Yes, be right back. Come and sit down. You want to join the reggae tune as well? Good morning.
Well, I say good morning to Frank, good morning to Archie, good morning to all our listeners from every part of Nigeria. Quite a lot of people will always, like I say, would prefer to be called the Biafra or the Yorubas or the Oduduwa. But for now, since the country that we are all clamoring for is still in the process and is still being fight for, I say good morning, Nigerians, good morning, the Oduduwa, good morning, the Biafra. But before we go into that, one of my cousins is a DJ, and since we're talking about music, let me just put this. Maybe you might have something to say. This is what he posted on his Instagram yesterday. R. Kelly found guilty in sex traffic trial. The U.S. R. Kelly has been found guilty of running a scheme of export his fame to sexual abuse women and children over 2 decades. But this is the question that he has now put out. Can you separate the man from the music?
That's a good question. I did anyhow when I was commenting on that. I did say that. I mean, when it comes to his music, I was kind of flawless when it comes to his music. But when it comes to his character, his accents now, that is where the question is. Somebody will say, well, because of his whatever he's done, don't play music.
This morning I woke up at the person and they this morning night I have it on my Facebook and I put there one of the greats is gone. Minimum 50 years in. Then I had a friend who came to comment how great was it. Another one came, don't avail yourself of insult. This man is not a great asset. The man is a great man. Like the song we sing normally, mangroves are in water, the waters are river. This is a man who was so talented, and as a direct result of those gifts and talent that he had, he rose to fame, became a center of attraction. That gift attracted young ladies, women, and girls around. Some of them who went there genuinely for the fell in love with his talent and his gifts, wanted to share in that celebrity talk.
Yeah.
Wanted to be part of that exclusive right of who have access to such a celebrity.
Yeah.
And some people went there just to learn a little bit and see if they can share in that gift of talent. I don't fault him. But when he became a problem and a menace to the society, is he abused that praise, that position. Now the question therefore is, he might be the doctor. How many of us abuse the privileges that we have? I've heard stories in this country where people who are helping our brothers and sisters who are just arrived to do cleaning job, want to have sex with them before they offer the cleaning job. So yes, we're talking about celebrity, but the question is, in whichever position we find ourselves, are we abusing it? As you probably we are over here, Olayomi, someone has meant Olayomi and say, Olayomi, can you create me an interview? Olayomi says, you know what, you are doing good. hotel or do something like that, or probably
Archie probably wants to
we cannot separate. I cannot separate him from those talent. I mean, that's a deep talent that I mean you can't take away from it. You can condemn him, you can prison him, you cannot take away that gift and that talent from him. When he has used that and that is what we have used.
It's true. I mean, this is where, in the Bible, we have Jesus sitting there when they brought this woman who they said, yes, you has been involved in adultery. Unfortunately, the woman was supposed to be with the man. It was only the woman that they brought. I mean, you know what it all looks like. And then Jesus sat on fire. Look on the floor while you are accusing them. And they started writing. And while she was writing, now people who were planning to, they stood there and looked at the floor.
I'm on the radio. What happened?
We see a lot of celebrities falling at the feet of these ladies and women. There's this drive now for people or whatever to bring people. Let's begin to be fair and establish. Some of these our young ladies who throw themselves on. Look, as we speak now, our brother is in prison. What they call a Mendes or whatever, a Smart City player. Who again was arrested because the claim is level 70-year-old girl. Here we are again, Prince Edward. Andrew again is facing trial because the girl claimed he was 70. Now, there's a question of judgment. As someone who nearly fell in victim to that, I know how manipulative some women can be, young girls especially can. They are like predators. If you not careful, you cannot control yourself. I think before preaching, you will go down easy. You will go down easy because I nearly became a victim of that. I nearly became a victim of that some years back. That's about 2004, 2005. Nearly became a victim of that. I nearly got entrapped. Sometimes, even in school, your talents on campus, when you are good at certain things, people want to buy X, and the girls are good at using what God has given them. Liberating that. I'm not saying, look, you should exercise a bit of, but a lot of us witness enough to go down. Women sometimes want to take advantage. Some. This, just a truth. The young lady flew from another country that I'm not going to name the Nigerian artist. The Nigerian artist was here to perform. We got in contact with him because of certain man. And this lady flew all the way from another European country to meet this young boy. Why? She fell in love with this Nigerian artist over Instagram. She loves the music. It's like she adores this man. I look at this young lady. She's an European girl. You come chasing this our brother. I think this our brother is not a joke. If he say he fires tomorrow, I mean, what happens? Because you went after him. Look, the girl literally was begging to be with her. To a point where she got an exclusive ticket to meet the guy after he performed. Whatever happened, I don't know, and I don't want to. What I'm saying is that this guy, this Nigerian brother, did not travel to where this girl is in Italy. The girl flew from Italy. You see, come and meet this boy. No, actually, we are looking. This is my one. That is coming to Nigeria and London to perform. Is one of the thousands of his fans. You travel deliberately to come and meet him and sister not done his concept, but you were trying to meet him personally. This is a young man. This is a young man. In his 20s. And those are the ages are carrying wolves. When most of this happens.
What is that? It's very wrong. Very, very wrong. This morning, the ex-wife was interviewed, and what she was saying that she went through during that time, it's very, very, very long. But as Frank always say, he has a group that is going to men for women. Not men that want women. No. We start supporting them, we stand for women. But remember the quote today says, you can have a good time. But if you do that at the expense of your future, you will pay for it. Judgment. It's your job. That's the judgment. Yeah. It's judgment. So think before you do that. Frederick Ambofo, good morning to you and thank you very much. American Healing has posted news breaking the other whether Solani has got it, but he's saying that gunmen have kidnapped Air Vice Marshal Smith. Yes. He said in Lagos this morning as to whether how well, true
that was actually yesterday. But the news is just filtering through again this morning.
Well, listeners, a lot more coming away from Nigeria. We have Solani. Over to you, John.
Yes, good morning once again. 18 minutes past 11 is exactly 28th of September 2021. And if you're just joining us, it is Starr Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Yes, you're quite right. That is the news that is just filtered through out of Nigeria again this morning. Gunmen kidnapped Air Vice Marshal Sikiru Smith. This was actually in Lagos. Let's take you through the scenario of what happened. Marksmen have adopted the Air Vice Marshal Sikiru Smith. Is a retired, so he's not a current one, in Ajah area of Lagos State. According to the news, Smith is a cousin to a former Inspector General of Police and is also the current chairman of the Police Service Commission, Musiliu Smith. According to the retired general, who is currently the chairman of the Double World Ventures Limited, a dredging and engineering firm, was supervising work on a site in Ajah area of Lagos State Monday when gunmen invaded the place, shot periodically, and he was taken away in a waiting speed boat. According to an SOS voice note that I received that as well yesterday, and I've gone through it, and definitely there's a news that is confirmed based on more news that is picking it up as well. The retired AVM engaged in a struggle with the gunman before he was subdued. So let's go further a little bit into some of those other headlines, and then I'll come back again to you in the studio. What makes e-Naira different from money in your bank? That is the headline coming this morning as well. Anger trails in the Northern Governors' opposition to the 2023 power shift. Like I always say, we are just some countdown now, which we've got our clock, which is going to give us exactly how many days we have before now and the next election that so many Nigerians are following, from those that want the breakout of the country and those that want to remain that are preparing for that election. I can confirm today on Starr Radio UK that we are now 500 days, 13 hours, 38 minutes, 43 seconds before that. But let's hear what the Northern Governors had to respond to the Southern Governors in terms of the rotation of the presidency to the South, which the Northern Governors disagree with.
Some Northern State Governors had earlier expressed views for a power shift to any three geopolitical zone in the South with a view to promoting unity and peace in the nation. Notwithstanding their comments, the forum unanimously condemned the statement by the Southern Governors Forum that the presidency must go to the South. The statement is quite contradictory with the provision of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, that the elected president shall A. score the majority votes, B. score at least 25% of the votes cast in 2/3 states of the Federation, C. in the case of run-up, simple majority will win the election. Number 6. The Northern State Governors Forum considered the ongoing national debate on collection of value-added tax, VAT. As responsible leaders, while we are concerned by the fact that the matter is subsidies, we, however, for the purposes of educating the public, make the following observations. A. The judgment of the Federal High Court calls to question the constitutionality of VAT, withholding tax, education tax, Niger Delta Development Commission, National Information Technology Development Agency, 13% derivation, National Economic Development Council, and many other currently levied and collected by the federal government of Nigeria and the Federal Inland Revenue Service. B. Rivers and Lagos State government had enacted their own VAT laws, and the Southern Governors Forum have expressed support for this course of action. C. VAT is being confused by these state governments as a sales tax. If every state enacted its own VAT law, multiple taxation will result in increase of prices of goods and services and collapse in interstate trade. VAT is not a production tax like excise, but terminal tax which is paid by the ultimate consumer.
So you can see that the engagement in terms of the election, where the rotational election will be going to, whether it's going to be coming out to the southwest, to the southeast, all these was part of the meeting that was held by the northern governors in Kaduna yesterday. We have 19 northern governors. Remember, we have 36 states out of the 36 states. 19 of those states is being held by the northern part of the country. They're talking about the numbers. They're talking about, there's another video that came out as well where they're complaining that if the governors that cannot try to keep, those cattle herders, why should we then move, the election to their side? So it seems now that if this tug of war is going on, within the political parties, some of them are just the APC, the PDP, but they are now coming as a one block. Just about recently, we saw, the southern governors had that same meeting in Enugu, and they said the power shift must come down, to the south in 2023. So as all this is going on, Nigerians are waiting to see what will be, the final part of it in terms of whether APC will agree to that or PDP. But like I said, Star Radio UK will be able to monitor all that. So let's touch quickly on more other headlines, and then we'll come back again to you in the studio. This is still Star Radio UK, your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. It seems as the October 4th is gaining a kind of a momentum. We are just about, a couple of days on Friday when Nigeria will be celebrating 61 years of what? That's a question to a lot of Nigerians. Some will say it's 61 years of a gradual process. Some say 61 years of a slow process, but already there's a beef up of security. Lagos Commissioner for Police direct police to beef up security around, Lagos State, coming towards, that October 1st rally that is being planned by different groups, from different countries around the globe as well. There will be all kind of, groups that will be coming out for different reasons as well. Also, Nigerians can't live with terrorism, poverty for the next 40 years. This is a headline coming from the PDP as well. Also, the federal government is already saying from Thursday this week, all the secretariat must be beefed up as well. Let me come back again to you in the studio. Then when we come back later, we will talk about another active terrorist attack that took place in Nigeria just, under 24 hours when bandits, as it's called in Nigeria, has attacked again in Kaduna. Two Kaduna communities, about 32 people have lost their lives.
Well, listeners, so let me go in our hotline of studios maybe updates from Nigeria before we go into some of the stories. All right, Ismaila Ajadi Subaru says, "M Nigeria now, Yoruba nation now." Thank you very much for joining us there as well. But let's come to this story pertaining to the statement by the northern governments. Okay, now first of all, what is compilation? I don't know whether from the top of your head you know that the compilation of the Senate. You were saying that out of the 36 states, 19 of the 8 in the north. So you would try to say that they are majority when it comes to constituency wise or the Senate wise. Is that what you're saying?
Well, when we talk about the state-wise, definitely when the state have more numbers, their constituency will have more numbers inside of the Senate and the House of Assembly. So out of the 36 states, 19 of that is representing the northern part of the country.
So in a nutshell, what you're trying to say is that when it comes to whether the House of what do you call it? The Senate.
The Senate.
The Senate and House of Representatives. The Northerners are majority there.
Oh, definitely. There's no doubt about that. The majority is the Northerners, and that is why a lot of Nigerians believe that, to change anything in Nigeria, when they not have the majority in the Senate, you're likely to queue for a very long time.
That is why the president always says that, when you say go to the Senate or go to the other
because what the case is, the way our House of Representatives and what they call it, House of Parliament,
yeah.
Unlike this country where people see their positions as accountable to the people, that whatever they do, it is them and their constituents. First, loyalty on them. Second, you're looking at the party. That is why people like Archie has decided, because rightly or wrongly, he thinks that his loyalty to certain key principles and his constituents. In this case, the working majority or the working group. He might be wrong, but in our case, what drives our MPs, our House of Senate, is not the interest of the public, but the interest of the powers that be. It's a business, like a business cartel. It's like a business class. If that is the case, then if Wari comes to me, say that I want this bill passed, I want this done, there's the money for you to share. The committee level. I mean, the committee level takes a lot of money to be able to work. In Ghana, for example, was the case where if the government would what called DRA, the committee were wasting money giving for and it's not by MPP or NDC, it's both parties, the political class. So when the government doesn't go to power because they know they can manipulate it, and you can see across the whole of Africa. If you look at what has happened in whatever Equatorial Guinea, in the Kuna, sorry, who passed the bill? Parliament went there. How did it happen? Right? Look at what happened in what they call it, my father's hometown, Uganda. The same thing. Parliament were given money. If you look at what is happening in Ghana today, as I speak to you, some of the bad deals that we signed is between NDC and NPP in Parliament. The leadership. Alright? You saw what happened in Ghana, right? When people were expecting that. But what did they tell you? After lining his pocket, Uganda came out to say that, look, it's a gentleman agreement. We gentlemen without constituting for what is right for this people and what is right for this. What is right for their council? Yes, one will tell you too, because he knows all he has to do is to budget for their council to be smiling. That's all. That's the problem we have.
You know, I'm worried. There are few comments that are coming through. I promise I'm going to read them. But when it comes to population wise, are the Northerners more than the Southerners?
This has been, the argument, are the Northerners, in numbers than the South. Let's take us back to prior to the independence in 1960. We've not been able to get a concrete information based on someone that was on ground as at that time known as Arrow Smith, a British that was working on behalf of the British government, that was then asked that question. And what he said was, we couldn't find the numbers, in 1959, but when the election results came, that also the election result was already announced before the election. The other two political parties were as shocked as any other person as well. Now let's fast forward when we talk about, the question you've just asked now. A lot of Nigerians disagree that the Northerners are more than that. And there's also Pastor Paul Adefarasi in one of his preach that he said recently that when you look at the ocean where there's a lot of water and you take it down to where it's no ocean, then you realize that something is definitely wrong when we talk about the numbers. I mean, the population count has not been done properly, and that is why a lot of people say there's a fraud when it comes to the census, because they've used that continuously to tell Nigerians that the Northerners are more than the other part of the country.
Yeah. And because if they say that they are more, then they need to get more representation in the Senate and the various houses, and therefore that's what they are doing. Now let's come to the security briefing that has going to take place in Lagos. We know that Nigerian Independence Day is a day that has been set aside by some others that look, this is a day that's going to be our voices heard. Now we have Sunday Igboho out of the country in incarceration in Benin. We have N.P.A also in incarceration there. So I am thinking that something is going to happen. Looking at what is happening in what do you call that? Is it Delta State, where we have the Monday sit down strike every time going on. Is that what is going on? Is that they are scared that somebody somewhere somehow going to do something and then there'll be arrest?
Well, you might have to understand that Lagos, is a center point of Nigeria. So that means, it's a commercial city. And when you talk about the internal generated revenue coming out of Lagos, the last thing, the commissioner for police or having a directive from his boss, which is the Inspector General of Police, that is coming again from the chief officer, number one chief officer of the state, which is the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. That indicates that they are not taking anything slightly. Looking at what happened after the October 1st last year when Nigeria was 60, it was just 19 days after that the whole of Lagos was completely almost shut down before on the 20th of October, hundreds. And as I said to you, about 300 Nigerians are still being locked in Kirikiri prison because of what happened at the October 1st rally that was picked up at random. So you can imagine that, there would kind of be a tension around. And that is why, the Lagos State Commissioner that also had, July 3rd, when the Yoruba mega rally was held, one person was killed, by the police officer that discharged, a live weapon, of a young girl named Jumoke Oyeleke. Eventually, the police wanted to wrap it up under, those that came for the rally. But again, the commissioner for police, Akim Odumosu, has directed all field commanders, other technical commanders to beef up security in their areas during this amber month period and even beyond.
So do you think that there's going to be, I'm not saying that concretely, but do you think there's going to be some demonstrations going to be taking place at all? Are there been any plans of anything of the sort?
Oh yes, I've seen the leaflet being put together by the Revolution Now as an example that has already filtered through, and the Revolution Now captured the whole 36 states, so they have their members across the 36 states. We are aware that the Biafra from their side have already released a communique that all Nigerian flag must come down on that day, and likewise a sit down at home, apart from the bank, which they are telling the bank to do the needful. So also in terms of the representatives of other NGOs that wants to come out in terms of people believe that we're in democracy, we're no longer a military dictator, but it seems that is what is being operated as we speak right now in Nigeria, especially when people get missing. We've talked about somebody like Daddy Yatta that has been missing since 2019, and the reason for that is it was a critic of this government, especially the Kaduna State governor, and now after 2 years, nobody knows where he is. So there's a kind of an energy that the presidency and the state are aware that there's a lot of tension. Yes, you did mention that Nnamdi Kanu is not around. He's been kept by the DSS. Chief Sunday Igboho is not around. He has been kept by by the Republic of Benin Republic. But we still have so many of their lawyers that are out there regardless of that.
But Frank, if you are a supporter of agitations or sensitizations, now when it's getting to a time like this, it's quite a serious time because now you know that it's really getting out now raising themselves. Yeah. Do you dare tell your supporters or those who have the same mind to say that, come on, let's dare it and go out?
Actually, it's a very delicate decision to make. But you're gonna look at what personally, if the risk will be too much on my supporters, I think we might have a different strategy. Okay. The strategy could be that instead of going as a group, spread ourselves. To basically neutralize the numbers. We always be more than them. Yeah. So if we're going to go to Lagos, I want to spread. For example, we are in Lagos. A sound what the B sound what. So basically, you disorient any strategy that they might want to come at you. But you can also not sit back and say because the security, because that's what the states and what they call dictators have tried to use. I look at there's a video that is trending in Ghana for it. I like Ghana and Nigeria. Yeah, they say so I normally like using yesterday for instance, there's a video where a group of MPs visited a hospital, an abandoned hospital, a 500 bed military hospital that was being built in Ashanti region before the former president left. And we know a month ago, Captain Smart of Odina FM when there did some recordings, and that became an expose that disturbed the company. Yesterday, when the group of MPs go there, guess what has happened? They have used that place as a military camp. Basically, stationed military over there, not to allow anyone to come to that. That's a fact. Okay? So the government has imposed security over there, not to allow anyone into the corridors of the abandoned. I want to exercise their freedom of speech. I want to exercise what they call it, their freedom of expression. And probably they are trying to demonstrate and express themselves. Express that governments and dictators and despots especially will always use security to confront them. Now the question therefore, you just call back in the face of intimidation or confront the situation. At certain times, confrontation will have to come. And we saw it demonstrated. We saw it happen in what they call it. Okay. We saw it happen in Tunisia. We saw it happen in Sudan. We've seen that in every people where people have to stand up in this country and say, enough is enough. If you want to kill us, kill all of us.
Well, we hope that those of you who want to embark on that, the first of October's demonstration, whatever you're going to do, is well planned. And then, if you believe in the cause, I'll tell you to go all out for it. Okay? Olayomi to say it's hopeless and fraudulent Nigeria nation with bastardized image. How did we get here in the first place? We just need to get out fast before the final demise, which may come up anytime from now. Sasino says that one Nigeria is a scam. Now, Sasino goes on further. He says, Southerners have nothing in common with Northerners. All Nigerians, Sasino. Okay, Amayo says that all these news coming from Nigeria daily is worrisome. Nigeria is under pressure. Break Nigeria now to save life. But can you, Abiel then says, when Nigeria to save life, Yoruba nation now. Okay? I think whatever you wanted to say, you can come as well. But Sasino goes on with different people. And Ismaila Ajadi, as we will say, is Nigeria, it's a 419. And goes on to say Yoruba nation now, no going back. Let the comments come to I promise you I'm going to read it up. But it's up this from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi in our North London studios. Mr. Franklin is here with me in the South London studios. Okay, so let's go back to Yomi.
Let's take a comment as well from here. I think the listeners is probably putting on after we talked about the where the power shift should go, and it goes like this. I think the best thing, and this is John T. I think the best thing to do is for the South to come together. I think probably wanted to say the South to come together and insist on no elections if the PDP and the APC select a northern candidate. So let's go straight. It's 11:41 time.
Yeah, hold on there for a bit. Let me ask Frank. Do you think this northern and southerners saying that, well, we're taking a leader from the presidential candidate from there, this and let's shift to that might sort of would have eased the tension there? I think so.
I think it's the easiest temptation that anyone would like to fall into. My position has always remained the same, and I do not think that sadness, president rotation, and other things is anything good for the country. The reason I say that temporarly, my cities were built Jonathan was there, the all Nigerian problems would. If not the next thing that, I mean, where is their son? Are they not those who are suffering killings more? Whose students are being kidnapped? So for me, this notion of Sadna, Northern, Asian presidency and other things, it doesn't wash for me. At the end of the day, we should focus more on what the person is bringing on the table. If we don't do that, that culture of country sinks into the realm. Why do we feel indebted to him because it is that he was enough now, he was brought in because he's enough now. But to what extent has he been prepared for him? No. If anything today, the Northerners are suffering more under Buhari than any other president in the history of Nigeria. How many people are being kidnapped in the South? Just Mahatma, when the rate at which kidnapping are being gunned down, killed, and their villages destroyed by the bandits. I mean, you can't compare it. If you want to impeach the Catholic and the Muslim, he is a Muslim. When the bandits come, they don't. Yes, you know they are dying churches, you know that. Yeah. But when they go to the communities to bring apple, they do not ask, "Where's your Bible? Where's your Quran?" They don't have time for it. They sit down and write all kind of activities. And when they go to the school, they read things. So for me, one Nigerians who have to look at them, if I were in their shoe, who can give us a better job? Better, because actually, all this is as a direct of lack of job, security, and all those things. Can we have some? And then we have to start looking at the Senate and the House of Representatives. Yeah. Who is that person who has stood the test of time to put that consistent law with governor has shown within his area, whether it's South, East, North, that yes, he came there, there was a change in the line or even certain things that he did. I saw a governor, I don't know if this was from Olayomi or whoever is this. They built these apartment blocks and handed it over to the elite and other things, and without pay or anything, as far as it's a governor, all these people have established. I don't know, one of the states is people like that, given what they have, what they've done with it, I do not care whether that person will be from North or South, East, West, whatever. If you present yourself to lead the nation, I'll suppose that you person. I agree with you there. I mean, super independence would be selfless and not be discriminating against the North or the South. And be the person that will vote. Okay, Yomi, yes, I don't know whether you have any other comments there or.
No, we just go straight to the happenings on our Twitter, and we're gonna do something different this morning on Twitter. We tend to read from the beginning, so let's reverse it back and see what is trending from below. Goodbye Nigeria seems to now be trending at number. Let's see what number is trending now. It's trending at number 17, and on the trending list we have up to number 19. So why is Goodbye Nigeria trending this morning across social media? Even some of the mainstream media are already picking on it as well. Mixed reaction trail Goodbye Nigeria trend on Twitter. That is in one of the mainstream media there. Also, I've got here TDX. Says Goodbye Nigeria from Southeast. New government is loading. That is coming up as well there. I can also see according to at KVN King Chidi, I hope all this Goodbye Nigeria that I'm seeing on the timeline is not the rapture. God, I beg you, I just want to delete this VPN and post Shola Shobowale, welcome to a new dispensation too. Japa is real. When somebody says Japa in Nigeria, that means you better run away before that thing hits you as well. Let's also look at what is trending in Abuja. Again, Abuja tweet coming up. Suspected El Zakizaki boys have apparently blocked Kubawa Express. Guy shot been heard. Be careful out there. So also from Star Radio UK, if you're in any area of that, please let us be careful. Let's take one more from what is trending in terms of Abuja as well. This person, the hashtag Abuja plug. Since I woke up, I have been thinking of the food we had at hashtag AfriFood Feast. Can we have another African food festival, please? I'm sure some of us have also attended different part of African festival here in UK. But again, I can tell you that image of the El Zakizaki situation as seen on Yoruba Express causing traffic, shared protest rather for El Zakizaki. Let us also remember that this particular group, even though their leader have been released from custody and likewise the wife, but they still have a strong movement, and we might not know what's going to happen as well on Friday.
Well, we'll see what happens on Friday. It's going to be interesting because it's the independent day of Nigeria. Will it be, as somebody said, goodbye Nigeria? When they said goodbye Nigeria, I was thinking, which way to go? North or south? East or west? So I wanted to thank you very much to Mr. Olayomi for this wonderful updates as well. But before you go,
don't go anywhere because we still have this program on with Archie and Frank, and likewise some of our other guests that will be joining us as well. So make sure you stay tuned to your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And like I said, it is the only place to get the global news from around the world. I'll be back again same time tomorrow. But like I said, it's a very busy week for Starr Radio UK, but we'll be on ground here in London to cover all the activities of the ongoing activities. Our guests from tomorrow, some protests will be starting ahead of the 1st of October rally in central London, and we'll see if we can catch up with one of those before Friday.
all right. Yomi, have a lovely day. We'll catch up later.
Bye for now.
Well, listeners, start really looking updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Let me say thank you very much to all of you who are on Facebook.
Thank you very much to all of you who are on the Facebook transmission there as well. But before we take a break, interestingly, Tosino says RIP to Nigeria. He's not saying goodbye, he said RIP.
Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí ó ń bẹ ní ilẹ̀ Gẹ̀ẹ́sì yóò wáyé ní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 ní gbọ̀ngàn Trafalgar ní ìlú London. Ẹ wá láti gúúsù, àríwá, ìlà oòrùn, ìwọ̀ oòrùn, ẹ jẹ́ kí a jọ gbé lárugẹ. Kékulé kó gbọ́, kó sọ fún toko, Oòduà á gbè wá o. Olùkéde Media Presenters.
Atótó arére gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá fún ìtẹ̀síwájú ìjìjàngbara ìdálẹ̀ ọmọ Oòduà lábẹ́ ìjọba múnisìnmúnisẹ̀rú tí ò bìkítà ìgbáyégbádùn ọmọ Yorùbá. Ẹ wá gbọ́ o, kékulé gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko. Ìran àdán ẹ gbọ́ ẹ lọ rò fó bẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹni tí ń bẹ lé ẹ sọ fáwọn ọ̀rọ̀ òkú pé ó tó gẹ́. Àsìkò ti tó tá a fẹ́ ṣe ìjọba ara wa tá a sì fẹ́ dádúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè Oòduà. A fẹ́ kúò lábẹ́ ìjọba tí múnisìnmúnisẹ̀rú káàsà. Ìgbáyégbádùn wa ò mọ̀ jáwọn èèyàn yìí lógún mọ́. Ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n ń dẹ̀mí wálé gbòdò. Ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ọmọ tí ò bá wúlò fún ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn òbí wọn ni wọ́n ti rán lọ sọ́run òjijì. Ẹ wò ó bí wọ́n ṣe ń pa wá fi dúkìá wẹ̀ ṣòfò. Ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ tá a láǹfààní sí òun ni wọ́n fi ń dùn wá. Táwa máa bá lọ báyìí ni irọ́ ni ó àní gbà. Torí bí bá ń lọ báyìí ẹ jẹ́ àyà mọ̀ pé ọjọ́ ọ̀la wa àtàwọn ọmọ wa wà nú ewu o. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó sì wà nílẹ̀ yìí gbogbo wa lọ́kàn. Ṣé Yorùbá bọ̀ wọ́n ní mi ò ní wá kú kì í róye lé bàbá rẹ̀ jẹ. Ẹ tí ó sì jóyin inú àpáta kò ní wẹnu àké. Gbogbo wa pátápátá nílẹ̀ káàró jíire lọ̀rọ̀ ikọ̀ o. Ìdálẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún. Ìdí ẹ̀rẹ́ táwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ajìjàngbara lágbàáyé fún ìdásílẹ̀ Yorùbá ẹ̀ka ti orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà àtàgbègbè ẹ̀ lábẹ́ àkóso àti ìdarí Emeritus and Professor Banji Akintoye, leader of Yoruba land and ìlànà ọmọ Oòduà worldwide àtàwọn ikọ̀ wọn tí wọ́n fi ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ ìwọ́de ńlá ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta 3 days marathon mega rally in Washington DC lórílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà èyí tí yóò wáyé ní ọgbọ̀njọ́ oṣù kẹsàn-án títí di ọjọ́ kejì oṣù kẹwàá ọdún yìí 38 September to 2nd October 2021 bí àwọn àlàkalẹ̀ ìwọ́de wọn ṣe lọ nìyí o. Thursday ọgbọ̀njọ́ oṣù kẹsàn-án September 38 British Embassy 3100 Massachusetts Avenue Washington DC aago mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ sí méjì ọ̀sán bàbá ti kúrò ń bẹ̀ lábalẹ̀ sílé funfun báláwo White House 70SC New York Avenue Washington DC bọ́bá wa dọjọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kẹ̀ní oṣù kẹwàá láwùgbéra láti White House sí Capitol Hill Senate aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ sí mẹ́ta ọ̀sán ọjọ́ Sátidé ọjọ́ kejì White House náà láwọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ táwọn sì parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ títí di ọwọ́ alẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń gbọ́kéde yìí ní ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa o torọ́rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa ni gbogbo wa ló sì kàn gbogbo yín là ń retí o ẹ má gbàgbé o bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti ń bọ̀ aṣọ dúdú ni ẹ wọ̀ o láti fi ẹ̀hónú wa hàn pé òmìnira lé ojú àlàfẹ́ Prophet Ayọ̀délé Ológunlolúwa alága Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally Tajudeen O Adéjàmíù akọ̀wé Alhaji Nonúbánjọ Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally Washington DC chapter coordinator tàbí ààrẹ Almarhum ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ Aláàfin Òjó pàṣẹ Kẹrẹmọdé ọmọ Àtìbà tó jẹ́ regional coordinator for Yorùbá Nation Diaspora Mega Rally fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ tàbí ìrànwọ́ owó tàbí ṣíṣe onígbàwọ́ ẹ pè àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí +1-215-869-2966 tàbí +1-803-846-1116 tàbí +1-202-255-6079 ẹ sì lè kàn sí wa lórí wẹ́bsáìtì wa www.megarally.org ẹ má gbàgbé o 3-day marathon mega rally eléyìí tí ó máa wáyé ní Washington DC September 38 to October 2nd 2021 ètò ìpolongo yìí máa ṣeré bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í ṣàwàdà torí ó lọ́wọ́ àwọn nínà àti gbogbo ẹ̀yà Ìgbò tó fi máa ẹ̀yà Ìjọ kódà àwọn middle belt gan gbẹ̀yìn Niger Delta gan fọwọ́ sí tó fi máa gbogbo àwọn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí ìjàngbara àti ìdálẹ̀ Yorùbá ìyẹn all self-determination group and media in diaspora ètò ìpolongo yìí ṣeré o torí pé bàbá wa Professor Banji Akintoye àwọn náà máa wà níkàlẹ̀ níbi ìpolongo lọ́jọ́ yìí o tó fi máa gbogbo àwọn àgbààgbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá má dẹ́kun lásìbí ìwọ́de yìí o ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ yìí gbogbo wa ni ẹ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Yorùbá Nation la fẹ́ o.
Ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o àsìkò ti tó tíyà torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà fi ń jẹ́wọ́ kọjá lọ sódò rèé mú mi èwo ni tọmọ ẹlẹ́ran wa ń fojoojúmọ́ sanyín mẹ́ẹ̀gùn tọmọ aláṣọ wa ń sàkísà dáàyò ǹjẹ́ ó wá dáa kọ́mọ aládé wo dẹrú níbi àti gbé bí ni ó tó gẹ́ alùbàtà kò kí ń dárin èrèdí rẹ̀ rèé tẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island fi ń pe gbogbo ènìyàn síbi Yorùbá Nation Island Mega Rally èyí tí ó wáyé ní General Post Office O'Connell Street Dublin Republic of Ireland lọ́jọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 1st of October 2021 ní dédé aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ 11 a.m. prompt gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nínú Ireland pátálà pé ó láti túyáyá jáde fómìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá torí àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà àjèjì ọwọ́ kan sì gbẹ́rù dórí fún àlàyé àti ìbéèrè ẹ lè pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ọmọọba Wúràọlá 08998962273 tàbí ọmọọba Níyì Oyèwọlé 08996716117 ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island ló ń ké tọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ pé àsìkò ti tó wà yìí o láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn àti pé òmìnira ohun ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni. Ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o àsìkò ti tó tíyà torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà fi ń jẹ́wọ́ kọjá lọ sódòrè mú mi èwo ni tọmọ ẹlẹ́ran wa ń fojoojúmọ́ sanyín mẹ́ẹ̀gùn tọmọ aláṣọ wa ń sàkísà dáàyò ǹjẹ́ ó wá dáa kọ́mọ aládé wo dẹrú níbi àti gbé bí ni ó tó gẹ́ alùbàtà kò kí ń dárin èrèdí rẹ̀ rèé tẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island fi ń pe gbogbo ènìyàn síbi Yorùbá Nation Island Mega Rally èyí tí ó wáyé ní General Post Office O'Connell Street Dublin Republic of Ireland lọ́jọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 1st of October 2021 ní dédé aago mọ́kànlá òwúrọ̀ 11 a.m. prompt gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nínú Ireland pátálà pé ó láti túyáyá jáde fómìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá torí àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà àjèjì ọwọ́ kan sì gbẹ́rù dórí fún àlàyé àti ìbéèrè ẹ lè pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ọmọọba Wúràọlá 08998962273 tàbí ọmọọba Níyì Oyèwọlé 08996716117 ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island ló ń ké tọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ pé àsìkò ti tó wà yìí o láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn àti pòmìnira ohun ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni.
The biggest of all turtles. They've been around since the dinosaurs, but now the climate is changing.
Ó mà wá tó gẹ́ o àsìkò ti tó tíyà torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà fi ń jẹ́wọ́ kọjá lọ sódò rèé mú mi èwo ni tọ́mọ ẹlẹ́ran wa ń fojoojúmọ́ sanyín mẹ́ẹ̀gùn tọ́mọ aláṣọwọ́ wa ń sàkísà dáàyò ǹjẹ́ ó wá dáa kọ́mọ aládé wo dẹrú níbi àti gbé bí ni ó tó gẹ́ alùbàtà kò kí ń dárin èrèdí rẹ̀ rèé tẹ́gbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Island fi ń pe gbogbo ènìyàn síbi Yorùbá Nation Island mega rally èyí tí ó wáyé ní General Post Office O'Connell Street Dublin Republic of Ireland lọ́jọ́ Friday ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù kẹwàá 1st of October 2021 ní dédé aago 11 òwúrọ̀ 11 a.m. prompt gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá nínú Ireland pátálà pé ó láti túyáyá jáde fómìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá torí àgbájọwọ́ la fi ń sọ̀yà àjèjì ọwọ́ kan sì gbẹ́rù dórí fún àlàyé àti ìbéèrè ẹ lè pe àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí ọmọọba Wúràọlá 08998962273 tàbí ọmọọba Níyì Oyèwọlé 08996716117 ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá Nation Ireland ló ń ké tọ̀tọ̀tọ̀ pé àsìkò ti tó wà yìí o láti bọ́ lọ́wọ́ amúnisìn àti pòmìnira ohun ìtẹ̀síwájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni.